Welcome into the Tool Shed. I am Warren Seegers. This is my lovely guest, Penny Seegers. Is probably going to be my lovely guest for the next
couple more weeks.
Yeah,
I think April. Right now, I think it's till April 20th.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And this is the Tool Shed, by the way, where we talk about home improvement and home ownership. I want to say, hey, Andrea, thanks for watching. And say hey to Bill. Thanks for watching, too.
And we're working on getting everybody else up so we can watch to see who else is watching us. So
exactly. Yeah, that if you wonder why we have all these devices out here, it's because we're into a really big game of, no, actually we're not doing any games. This is how we read all the comments. So all the channels we're broadcasting to, let's see who we got. Where are we going tonight?
We're going to gardenhouseflags.com. We're going to the VFW 360 Mishawaka, House Call Indiana Home Inspections. So hi Jeff, hope you guys are watching, Jeff and Sarah. And we're going to Edifice Venture.
Of course,
and obviously. And we're going to your personal page.
Yeah.
I think that was 5.
All
it
great.
has been a rough day.
And they're all great companies, and we appreciate them for being affiliates with us, helping us broadcast our show. And of course, we always have them from time to time on our show so they can talk about the neat things they do with their companies.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
And we have several other affiliates that we will post to their page after the broadcast.
Yeah. So while we're doing our show today, feel free to ask questions and post them. We will answer them the best that we can. Today, hey Greg, thanks for watching. Greg Emick's watching. Haven't seen him for a while.
Oh, I know. Hi, Greg.
So first part of the show we're going to talk about is home ownership. How everybody wants to have a home. It's a great thing. I mean,
home ownership is great. It absolutely is great. I mean, everybody pays a mortgage. Even if you're paying rent, you're paying somebody else's mortgage. So, real estate is a great investment. It is. But
there are some okay, so when you rent, you're basically just dumping money into that. You never get it back.
Right.
When you own a house, you are investing in your future and you have a home.
Right.
But when you own a home, you're on the hook for fixing everything. And when you rent, they're on the hook for fixing everything. There's both sides. The fixing thing isn't so bad until you have a situation like we have. Started yesterday, right?
Last night, yeah.
Last night, yeah. So nobody in our house has taken a shower for about 48 hours now.
No, that's not true because I took a shower yesterday. I waited till the last minute yesterday and took a shower about 5 o'clock because, since we've been, working from home, hanging out in our pajamas, I got a lot of stuff done in my pajamas yesterday.
I don't even know.
About 5 o'clock, I'm like, I really need to take a shower. So I did. So I'm good. I've been just over 24.
It's lucky that we're even broadcasting today because I haven't been keeping track of the days at all. Did I miss a joke? I think I did.
No, I'm laughing at you, laughing with you, not at you. Seriously.
My days run together. You came out the other day yelling at me like, hey, you got to do the church service for pastor. And I'm like, what is it? Is it Thursday? And just big misunderstandings. But anyway.
The days are all running together.
Oh, gosh, they are. I feel like a vampire, like I'm never getting out of this house. We did get out a little bit this week, but then it got cold
nice
again.
Weather. Yes.
But anyway, back to our house problem.
Yes.
We have radiant heat in our building, and which means we have a instant heat water heater, instant on water heater.
Yes.
It does both the hot water for the showers and the sink and the cooking and all that stuff.
Right, and all the heat.
And it has a separate burner in there then that takes care of all the heat. And it was early yesterday it started acting weird. It kept tripping the breaker.
It was after we did the church service. It was probably about 7:30,
I think
8
it started acting up the Monday because that's when the internet kept going down because it kept tripping the breaker.
You know what? You're right.
And we had to keep going down and resetting
it. But we just didn't.
We didn't know it was.
We didn't know it was the heater too. Yep. It's on the same breaker.
So here we are. We don't have heat in the house. We're heating this huge, ginormous house with space heaters, and actually, they're not doing a bad job.
No, because I mean, our house has held the heat. We had such nice days the last 2 days. It's pretty warm. I mean, it's not terrible.
Right.
I actually was sitting in my office most of the day working, and with the door closed, I actually got a little hot. Now that could also be hot flashes.
She lives in her own little geo environment.
But it
Hey,
wasn't
John,
terrible.
thanks for watching. How you doing, brother?
And Michael Fuel is watching on House Call.
Oh, and Melissa. How you doing, Mo?
But anyway.
Owning a home, it's a great thing. Everybody wants to do it, but you have to keep up on the maintenance also. And be honest with you, our issue that we're having right now with this heater is
we didn't
keep up on the
maintained
maintenance.
it.
Last year, there were some things that I was supposed to do to it that I never did, like putting the valves and stuff. And it's probably been about 2 years, and it hasn't been serviced. And I think it caught up with me.
It hasn't been flushed out correctly.
No.
Yeah.
So, the biggest takeaway for us on this is do the maintenance on your house, because if you just let it go, it might have been a little problem in the beginning, but now we got a huge problem on our hands. It won't stay on.
No, and we're not quite sure what it is. We're working on getting somebody in to service it for us, but it's going to take a hot second to do that, because it's not a normal boiler, or it's not a normal water heater. It's not a normal heater. It's a tankless water heater, and those aren't as common.
So,
they're starting to become more common, but they're not as common, and so it's going to be.
But then it has two sides to it also. It has an open, like free-flowing water for like the sink, showers, and stuff like that. But then it has what's called a closed loop that you fill with water, and that rotates and keeps heating up and keeping the house warm.
Right.
So,
right.
I'm gonna Coy and they're switching. We're gonna switch up a little bit. I want to talk about what the boys and I have been doing. We've been outside. We got out a couple days this week because we just needed to. We needed to get some fresh air.
Yep.
Did a lot of yard work, cleaning up. Started tilling your garden boxes for you so that you could kill your flowers again and garden this year. Not a green thumb at all.
No, but last year the problem was we tried to start them from seed in the garden box. I'm actually going to, start them from pods inside, but we actually had to make a list to go to the store, because you can't just run to the store right now and go buy seeds and pods, because you got to be. This is funny, because
the last time you did pods, you waited so long to plant them that all the roots grew together, and when I pulled one tomato plant up, the whole tray came up with it.
Okay, but we still got tomatoes planted because I made a lot of chili. And
yes, we did.
And I actually did okay that year because we ended up with a crap ton of basil.
Yes, we did. And I like how she says we, because the we part of her was actually planting them into little pods, and I did the rest of the work.
Actually, that was one thing we actually did plant from seed. And I don't know how that happened.
What, the basil?
The basil. I just planted it from seed on a whim, and the one thing that I could never ever get to grow inside went nuts outside. And I'm like, what am I going to do with a whole garden box?
Just want to point out the fact. 10 seconds ago, you said you don't like planting things by seeds because it's horrible.
I am, because I wasn't.
And then you just said
it was weird, and because I figured I'm gonna throw all these seeds out there because it doesn't work from seeds very well, so I'll probably get one or two plants.
I like how you were planting by seeds.
I got, yes, exactly. See, it doesn't work. It doesn't work to plant by seed, and I never. But the one time that it actually worked that I planted by seed, I ended up with actually it was more than 12. I think I ended up with 20 basil plants that grew really tall, and I couldn't give it away. I didn't know what I was going to do with all this basil.
I think you still have a lot of basil. That was the other thing.
Yeah, I froze it. I bought ice cube trays and spent hours and hours and hours blending it up with oil and like froze it in little cubes. And it's still in the freezer. I use it every once in a while, but it's going to take me forever to get rid of it all.
It's a lot of basil. We were doing a deep clean in the...
It is a lot of basil.
We were doing a deep clean in the kitchen, and as I was cleaning out the refrigerator and pulling all the drawers out, I thought that she was like, I don't know, she was like doing little bales of pot or something. Like, she was waiting for it to go legal.
No.
I was like, what are these? And she's like, those are basil cubes. I'm like, okay.
Well, actually, some of them look like chess pieces because I used Koi's chess piece
ice cube trays.
Hi, Paula. Thanks for watching.
So John Airy says, make pesto and freeze them in ice cube trays. Then that's...
I did.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm going to use it all on. If you want some, let me know because it's a ton. It's a lot. I mean, like, I have like 2-gallon bags full of the frozen basil pesto ice cube thingies. So
let's see what else. Oh yeah, Mike Arian says, "Boom, Jimtown Jimmy's." Did you go to Jimtown, Mike? Mike went to Bremen with me for a while. I know of. Let's see what else we have here. Jen Ferguson's watching. Thanks for watching. Who else is here? Daniel Hochstetler. Dan, how you doing, man? And John says he's sick of being cooped up also.
Yeah, so if you guys got out yesterday in the nice weather and did something, anything that you can share, like your stories of what you did, share. Please give us some interaction.
Yeah, let us know what kind of projects are you doing around the house? Are you doing yard work? Are you cleaning inside the house? Are you doing home improvement? Chat with us. Let us know here. Post something and we'll talk about it. But let's get back to, we were talking.
Anyway, yes.
Because we need to have, they would never work anyway.
No,
never mind. A list of things to talk about. We'd still get off the trail.
No, anyway.
So we were talking about the garden boxes.
Yes.
And was it last year or the year before? It was 2 years ago. I built garden boxes for you.
Yes.
So we're going to play an EVH2 right now. And before we do that, I'm not going to be doing the EVH2s anymore, am I?
No, you're not. We actually have a new EVH2 host.
Yes. He looks like me, but younger.
Yeah,
Koi Seegers is going to be the new Edifice Venture how-to host. And before we go to that, let's actually show what he's come up with and what he's actually doing for one of the videos. And it's this, here.
Okay, so last week, you remember we talked about a lot of the stuff in our basement clean out that we found, and we were going to do projects. And one of the projects that we had was these air tanks and this boat propeller, and we were going to make a wind chime out of it. So we've got an upcoming EVH2 with Koi as the host for the first time. And we do still need a hammer, the thing that's going to hang from the middle for these to run into, because these are so heavy. The wind, unless we have a huge storm, like my hometown did. My hometown of Vincennes had a huge storm go through, and basically the second floor of my high school, my alma mater, I'm so sad, the science room is demolished. I posted pictures earlier. It's mind-boggling. But anyway, these will make that sound.
Wow, it's like a gigantic wind chime.
It is a gigantic
and
wind chime.
And those things resonate forever. So yeah, anyway, we've had enough fun. Sit down.
Yes. Anyway, and then I think you're going to finish it out by painting them red, white, and blue. So there might be, actually I'm not going to give it away because I think you guys
with
might
the words
be able,
that go on there?
Yes.
Okay,
with some words, because I think that will be a second, this project will end up being a two-parter.
It will be a very patriotic project on the end. So anyway, that's what we got done last night, shooting and building that. So Koi's going to finish that up. But right now, we're going to go ahead and do EVH2 and the project that I did a couple of years ago on how to build a garden box. And I threw a little twist in there with it to make it a little bit funny. So let's take a look at that.
Howdy neighbors, I'm Warren Seegers. Welcome you into another EVH2, and today I'm going to help you soothe that itch at trying your hand at becoming an urban farmer. That's right, I'm going to show you how to build a garden box so you can grow beans, corn, tomatoes, and taters. I suppose you could plant a traditional Colorado urban crop of medicinal marijuana, but for those of us that live in a state where that sort of thing ain't considered a legalized cash crop yet, I'd probably stick to the pre-mentioned vegetables. All right, it's time to get serious. Let's get started on this project. Here's the tools you're going to need.
A hammer, staple gun, utility knife, shovel, and garden rake. Materials include 8 8-foot landscape timbers, landscape fabric, 12 timber tie spikes no less than 6 inches long, of course dirt, and something of a vegetative nature. Step 1. Placement of the landscape timbers is important to tying them all together. Through my geometrical genius planning, no cutting is required. Before Coy and Zane lay out the first layer of timbers, let me show you what they are doing. After laying down the first timber, they make sure every other timber is placed to the right of the preceding timber. This is important for a no-cut project and tying the second layer to the first layer with the fewest possible timber spikes. After the first layer is in place, start by stacking the first timber of the second layer so that it overlaps a timber end and the run of the adjacent timber. Take a look at this animation and you'll see what I mean. Continue this pattern for all 4 sides. Step 2. Using the timber tie stakes, nail 3 into each corner as shown in this animation. I recommend not using a wooden handle hammer. Need I say any more? Step 3. Add landscape fabric to the inside of the garden box. You could skip this part of the project, but it does slow the timbers from rotting over time, and it creates a barrier so that the dirt doesn't wash through the cracks of the timbers. Finding the proper length of landscape fabric is easy. Just unroll the fabric along one side of the garden box and then back 4 times. Now that we have the needed length of fabric, we need to cut it to a workable width. To do this, roll the fabric back up. Place the roll next to the timbers vertically, making a point approximately 6 inches above the top timbers. Using a utility knife, cut the rolled fabric completely through. Unfurl the cut piece and staple it to the inside of the garden box. I recommend shooting a staple at the top and bottom 9 or 12 inches apart. The additional material creates a flap that sits on the top of the ground and will stop dirt from washing through the bottom layer of timbers. Continue stapling until you make a complete round with the material, so that the end overlaps the start, and then shoot in a couple staples to hold it in place. Step 4. Add dirt. When filling the garden box with dirt, make sure you leave about 1 inch from the top. This will again help keep the dirt inside the box. While you're moving the dirt around, be sure to pull all weeds and remove any rocks you find. Doing this now will save you time down the road. Step 5. Plant seeds or vegetable starts and enjoy your urban farming experience.
If you have a green thumb, this project will enhance your horticulture endeavors. If you have a gangrene thumb and plants quake when you walk into the Walmart garden center, this project won't fix that. But it will make the neighborhood cats happy that you built them a large community litter box. In all seriousness, if you like this project, be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's just a great way to get 2 green thumbs up. And if you like more projects like this, tips and tricks, be sure to visit my website at edificeventure.com.
All right, we are back.
I promise that was shot before the basil incident. But
I recall
after all of this,
I recall eating some of your basil brownies and then doing that.
we might
Anyway,
need to bake some of those basil brownies after all this.
anyway, Coy, he's got a lot to live up to do that, but he's got a really funny sense of humor. I'm almost scared to see where he's going to take all of his things. I'll let him help write the scripts and stuff like that. But once again, Coy, who was actually one of the boys in there that was helping me put that project together, is the new host for the EVH2s. Real quick, I want to say hi to Rob Thomas, Jacob Clark, Jim Schuyler, Mr. Jennings. I can never call you by your first name. He was the best science teacher and track coach in the world. Thanks for watching. Matt Nair, who was in track with me with Mr. Jennings. So, yeah.
And actually, over here on VFW Post, we got to say hi to Karen and Crystal. And on House Call, Jeff and Sarah, I can see now that definitely you're watching, so thank you.
And Tim Ramsey, Anna Wall. Hey, Anna, how you doing? Need to come over to the house again. And Jordan. Oh, sorry, Jeff. Jeff says, and me too. Did we ever decide, was it a checker? Or was it chess?
It's definitely checkers. Definitely checkers. So.
Okay, anyway. So here's the cool thing that I'm really happy and excited to reveal this.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about it real quick, but going to, we have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, obviously, but I have a new way of showing our project, and it's with a virtual 3D tour. So in this 3D tour, you'll be able to actually look at our house. And go ahead and pull that up, Coy, and then we'll come in there and I'll actually show them how it works. But watching a playlist of videos like you do on YouTube. So it's more creative, a little bit more fun. It's very much more interactive. So if you look at this, so I'm going to go ahead and give a big preview.
Okay, well, it's not up yet. Don't go away, guys. I see that it's a black screen, but...
Because you're in the wrong room, honey. Come over here to this room where we're all at.
Okay. I'm a little slow. I'm sorry.
Did you have some of those basil brownies?
I'm watching on our Facebook.
Yeah, because that's remember a delay. So here it is.
Okay, there we go.
So here's our tour. This is actually our kitchen. So you'll be able to go through a full tour. We only have this part done, but when I do have it done, and we're going to keep building it. So I'm actually going to post this week, and we'll keep adding to it. But here's the cool thing. Not only can you look around in our kitchen, but once in a while, you'll see these little things. So like this will actually pop up a video of the Edifice Venture that was on the kitchen called Cooking in the Kitchen. And we don't have to worry about playing that, Coy. They can see it. So that's one thing. So there's all these little Easter eggs around that you can go to. And if you click on the arrows, you can go to the cooking side of our kitchen with these beautiful wood cabinets that were built by Heritage Antique Lumber. Look them up online if you're looking for some really good craftsmanship. They built these out of barnwood. Right. And they custom fit all of this stuff into our kitchen. So this is one of my favorite things right here that you can see where this camera is. This just looks like a regular piece of wood. Originally, this was built as a broom closet. But we didn't think it was too sanitary having a broom closet there. So this all pulls out, and then Coy and I modified this into a ginormous spice rack. Now, the cool thing about the spice rack is all of these, you can see the shelves down here. Mm-hmm. Those were actually hymnal holders that the church was throwing out, didn't need them. I'm like, hey, can I take these? And they're like, sure. So I think Coy was the one that modified these, that figured out how we were going to put them in there. But they just, by chance, fit left and right in there perfectly, and we just screwed them in, and now we have this huge spice rack. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to give away too many of the Easter eggs in here, but you'll be able to go anywhere. You see an arrow, and then you can go to the other side over here, and then of course there's another button. I'm going to leave that one a secret, but that is an EVH2 that tells you how to do something with these cabinets. But yeah, it's a very, very cool way to actually follow our show. So what we're going to do is keep putting all of our videos and all the stories we have about our house and actually put them into the areas of the 3D virtual tour where they would be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and as I am getting houses to list, that's also a feature that I'm going to be able to use for my clients, is that I will be able to offer them a 360 video tour of their home to put with the listing, and especially during this time that is.
Rob says it's very cool, and Rob, hey brother, how you doing? We've been in this video challenge for the past 9 days?
Yeah, and we are behind.
We are behind.
We got to get caught up tonight.
Yeah, and Rob is one of the people that's in the challenge with us. I always enjoy watching his videos and chatting with him. So, but anyway, yeah. Oh, hey, Tracy Combs says hi too. And let's see, Mr. Jennings says very nice. Thanks for the shout out. Yes, anytime. Maybe sometime we'll run into each other again when schools are in session, but right now it's all e-learning. I'm not liking it, Mr. Jennings. I want to go back to school. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll chit-chat a little bit longer. If anybody has any questions or anything you want to add to the show, please let us know. That's what it's all about. It's about you interacting with us. So we'll be right back.
You begin as one. One person, one commitment. You sign the dotted line. You become part of something greater. Your service begins. Your mission begins. Your circle grows. You are supported by a network that understands. You return, but it doesn't stop there. Your exit is only the beginning. Your network continues to grow. You are connected to a legacy of blood, sweat, and tears, and with them, your service continues. Your new mission, fight to preserve the rights our brothers and sisters have earned. From enacting great change on Capitol Hill to providing much-needed support to America's veterans, military families, and our local communities, our strength lies within the heart of each individual member. We began as one. Now we are the millions who have served. We are the voice for veterans everywhere, and together we cannot be ignored.
Ethan and Gizmo, best friends since July 7, 2011. Chris and Luna have been best friends for 2 years. Riley and Frankie have been best friends since 2017. Beth and Thurza, best friends since 2017. Your next best friend is waiting for you at the Elkhart County Humane Society. For more information on adoption, visit elkharthumanesociety.org.
And we are back with the Tool Shed. I am Warren Seegers.
And I am Penny Seegers. Thanks, Kim. Thanks for watching. Hope that it's not too cold up there in Michigan today. We had great weather yesterday and then today.
And a big shout out to Justin out there, fellow teacher at the Career Center. Dude, are you ready to go back to school? I am. I'm just ready. It's too hard doing this hands-on training virtually. Doesn't work. Anyway, so, gosh, it was a quick show.
Yeah, it went really fast.
Yeah, it always does.
Which was so good and so refreshing, because the day we had today, not good. So, not good.
So, yeah, you know.
But, you know, what are you going to do?
Exactly. What else were we going to talk about? I can't. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about the garden boxes.
Talked about the garden boxes.
360. You know, honestly, I don't think we had a solid plan today because, you know, right now everything is just
look at
a whirlwind.
Can y'all see this? Because that's where the show came out of today. I pulled it right out of my butt.
See this? Not coffee.
All right. Say night, Gracie. Say good night, Gracie.
Good night, George.
All right. Well, that is our show for today. Thanks for everybody watching. We appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. Until next week, DIY until you die.